From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the L.A. Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they've been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from running the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass. So that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. They'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for him. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. First carry of the game for Hassan Haskins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The Chargers have 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. On 2nd down, here's a run from Haskins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And he'll find his man on the outlet. That's Allen. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
11 more on that one and another first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Robinson will score. Touchdown Chargers. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point up and good by Dicker, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 8. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And his throw here is incomplete.
They certainly thought they had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Garoppolo. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Second down and a run by Robinson. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 14-0. After the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On second down, Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
It's a big play there for Vegas. And even 40 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
This is caught. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Garoppolo looks to throw. Touchdown, Raiders! Michael Mayer, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete.
Here we go, here we go.
Running straight ahead is Jenkins. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 2.
13. Go ahead.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. He'll get this to Eckler. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Herbert off of play action. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taken from just outside the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your... Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked up by Michael Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Garoppolo now. On the slant, connects with Davante Adams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. And
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point up and good by Dicker, and the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath with those guys on the defensive side of the ball. They've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here for Davis. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on first down. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game.
These two teams running through their final adjustments before they head back out of the tunnel. And for the call of the second half, let's go back to SoFi Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one.
The Charger drive about to get going. On first down, it's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting,
but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. On third down, here's Haskins. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. Las Vegas paid a steep price to acquire Adams from Green Bay last offseason, and yet they got their money's worth from him in 2022. NFL best 14 receiving touchdowns, over 1,500 yards, and a well-deserved third straight All-Pro selection.
Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Jacobs going to try to middle. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Forced out to his left. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
On first down, Justin Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A solid stiff arm. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one.
To the right side, here's Moore.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Robinson will try to pick it up, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. This is taken around the 12. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. 55 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 23, here's a 2nd and 4.
Go ahead.
Now Garoppolo. He hits Adams complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Michael Davis.
And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine took.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Flush to his right. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And now here is another interception. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They're going to pass here with Herbert. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Play action. It's Herbert. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Michael Davis. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And that's caught inside the 35. Inside the 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
As our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything.